Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's November 22nd, 2016. This is the second video I'm making today on the propaganda in the media surrounding the Chattanooga, Tennessee school bus crash reported last night, November 21st, 2016. This morning, the mainstream media put out a story about the supposed driver, saying he was a young black man, putting out an image of him with very red eyes, seemingly looking very high, doped up on something. That will likely come out in the days ahead, being part of the story, part of the racial stereotyping and programming. You have to understand, this story is complete fiction, made for TV, for the sake of agenda, for the sake of instilling fear, for the sake of programming stereotypes, as the mainstream media so often does. Look at this scene. You have these people just standing around doing nothing. You know, this is just made for TV bullshit. One lane road each way in a residential neighborhood. There's no drugs that would make you do anything this idiotic. This is just a completely bullshit story. Your eyes tell you all you need to see. But when you know the language of gematria, you can learn a lot more. And what I'm going to show you in this video is how this story is a tribute in a way to black history. Black history on the school bus. We're going to talk about Rosa Parks, the bus, what it has to do with black history, and why this very purposefully racist story is in the media right now. There's a reason. There's a parallel with Donald Trump being made the 45th man to be president, which we'll get to. You know, we're going from this transition of the first black president back to a president who has a world outlook that no one's seen since the time of World War II. We're living out an agenda, people. By the numbers, I've been exposing it for 3 years. If you think my work is a coincidence after watching this video, I don't know what to say to you. Let's start right here with this picture. You know, this morning it's the man with the red eyes, and the highlight of the story is that he called his mother after the wreck and told his mother that there was blood everywhere. So thoughts of blood, red. Then what do we have? This evening, the first story put out of one of the victims. Remember yesterday they said 12 children died, then they dropped it to 6. Then this morning it was 5. Now they put out the story of one of the deceased. This is the first name. They might put out names of other children, maybe not. Anyway, notice what he's in here. A red swimming vest, you know, so you don't sink in the pool. You see the water behind him? Think about the stereotype against black men. They don't know how to swim. Black children don't know how to swim. Here's a black boy in a life preserver, you know, swimming vest, and they make it red, the color of blood. Of course, there are a lot of red swimming vests, but there's a reason this is chosen, and it has everything to do with racism and stereotypes, which is what this news is all about. Oh, by the way, I guess there's a bill to potentially put seatbelts in school buses, which makes sense to me. I've never understood why school buses don't have seatbelts in light of the fact that legally we're all supposed to be wearing a seatbelt on the road. You know, the one exception is when you're on the school bus or the city bus. But anyway, today, November 22nd, 2016, it's a date with a life lesson number of 42. The name of the child victim is, look at the name, Demian Brown. I mean, come on, nobody has this name, Demian. This morning they said the bus driver's name was Jonthony, another name nobody has. 2 fictional names for one fictional story. Anyway, Demian Brown is DB initials. D is the 4th letter, B is the 2nd, DB42. Today has a life lesson number of 42. 42, a number stamped all over black people throughout history, from the United States to Africa. They call February Black History Month. It's the only month with gematria 42. Think about the slang term brothers 42, the most hateful word for black people 42, the derogatory term boy. You know, we've seen it a million times in movies. You know, a white man talking to a black man calling him boy. Boy. In this case, it is a boy on a bus. Both words with 42 gematria. We get the story of DB on the date with the life lesson number of 42. This wreck also happened in Chattanooga, which happens to have gematria 42. And before we move on, know that the word Freemason equals 42. The Freemasons believe in divide and conquer, order out of chaos. It is Freemasons that run this nation, that run our media, that run our police, that run our first responders. This is a Freemasonic nation. That is what really runs the nation. That's what the stars and stripes represent, and so much more. Freemasonry, a secret society, the majority of founders, Freemasons. Every day in this world, secret knowledge is put before our eyes that we are expected not to acknowledge, not to interpret, and we're mocked every day. What I am showing you is called gematria. It's a practice thousands of years old. This is how it's used every day to code the propaganda in the news. Let me give you a real quick lesson on Rosa Parks, known for her protest on the bus. She wasn't the first person to protest on the bus that was black, but she gets the most recognition in the history books. She was born in February on the 4th, which in most parts of the world is written 4/2, the day before the month. 4/2 and 42 month. Let me show you what's so interesting about the date she died, October 24th, 2005. That was a date with 59 numerology. The word kill in Jewish gematria equals 59. So does the word Negro. So does the word slave. So does the word blues. So does the word cracker. So does the name Eminem. Think about it. Black History Month ends on the awkward 28th day, which is the 59th day of the year. 31 days in January, 28 in February, 31 plus 28, 59. Motown came out in 59. Supposedly AIDS was traced back to 59 in the Belgian Congo 59. 59 stamped on black people, kill, think about it. Last year on May 9th, 5/9, they said Liberia was Ebola-free after 42 days of no new outbreaks. That was 2015. That same day, Tiger Woods had his worst golf day ever. Tiger equals 59, the nickname put on him. Tiger. First, he wasn't the first black golfer on the PGA, but the first to really get recognized, break barriers. There's also a reason Jackie Robinson wore 42. The exact reason we just talked about. The date she died, this is the date Rosa Parks died, October 24, 2005, with the 59 numerology, born in February. The date she died was also a date with 39 numerology. She was born in Tuskegee, gematria of 39 and 93, numbers that remind me of Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X, who both died at age 39. Malcolm X equals 93, Martin Luther King Jr. equals 93. They only met one time in history. They met on a date with 93 numerology, exactly 333 days before Malcolm X was assassinated by the same numbers Martin Luther King Jr. died by, the same numbers a lot of people have died by, which is the number 44, the kill number. And I think that's part of the reason they made the first black president number 44 as a tribute to the deaths of those two men who were killed by that number. Kill equals 44 with the alphabetic order, 59 in Jewish gematria. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., both dead at 39, both their names 93, neither of those their birth names. Also, Martin Luther King Jr. gave his last speech at Mason Temple on April 3rd, the 93rd day of the year. Look up the address and phone number of that church and notice the 93. Freemasonry. 93 is a special number. It represents Saturn, the keeper of time. Very important, maybe the most important thing to the occult. Freemasonry, definitely a cult. They're into the occult, esoteric knowledge of the world. So moving on with this story, they say the mother of the boy who died is named Diamond Brown. Think about the diamond trade in Africa. Rhodes, I believe his name was Cecil Rhodes, that ran Rhodesia, the diamond trade, the diamond colony in Africa, exploiting the people there to make all this wealth off jewelry, gems. Show you what's up with the word diamond and Rhodes. The most prestigious scholarship in the world is named after him, as sick as that is. Anyway, Diamond Brown, the name of the mother, the boy's name, Demian Brown, both their initials are DB42. Show you this right here. Diamond Brown in gematria sums to 60. In Pythagorean gematria, in simple English gematria, diamond sums to 60, just like the most hateful word for black people. And the difference between Diamond Brown 60 and Diamond 60 is this. Diamond brown above, what you're doing to add the word is you're making each letter a single digit. So D is 4, I is 9, A is 1, M is 13. So you don't add 13 for M. 1 plus 3 becomes 4. So you add 4 plus 9 plus 1 plus when you get to M, 4 more. O's the 15th letter. 1 plus 5 becomes 6. So you don't add 15, you add 6. You do that to the whole word, then add it up, it sums to 60. Diamond, using the alphabetic order, 4 plus 9 plus 1 plus 13 plus 15 plus 14 plus 4. That's the letter number sequence. You add that up using the alphabetic order, it sums to 60. So does the most hateful word for black people. When you shrink it, the most hateful word sums to 42 like we talked about. The number 33 is also often used in divisive propaganda. All of these police shootings you've heard about over the years, police beatings, Rodney King. Look at this. Let's just look at Rodney King together. I'm going to show you this about Rodney King in real time. This is a perfect example of what I'm explaining to you. I want you to see what day Rodney King's birthday is. It is April 2nd, 4/2 as we write it in the United States. And I want you to see what Rodney King's name is in gematria. 59, you know, number stamped all over black people. Motown came out in 59. Negro, slave, blues, cracker, Eminem, all 59, you know. Eminem, the first white rapper to really get, like, recognized. And, well, I mean, there's the Beastie Boys and there's Vanilla Ice, but you know what I mean with Eminem. So anyway, Rodney King himself also died at age 47, which is another special number to Freemasonry. He died on June 17th, which became the anniversary of, well, which is now the anniversary of the Charleston church shooting hoax, you know, where the Civil War began, blamed on the white supremacist Dylan Stormroof. Dylan Stormroof was the most ridiculous name I've ever seen. I know exactly how it was spelled with the double N and everything. Dylan Stormroof, remember this? The supposed character that shot up the church in Charleston? White supremacist Dylan Stormroof. The church was on Calhoun Street. They arrested him on Interstate 74, and then he said he was hungry, so they took him to Burger King. I still remember the name of the woman that supposedly spotted him on Interstate 74 that led to the arrest. Her name was Debbie Dills, 47, The Reflection. Just giving you guys some, you know, stories from the past. Dylan Stormroof got a 33-count federal indictment. School Bus 33, Diamond 33, Race War 33, Masonry 33, Secrecy 33, Police 33. Rodney King was beaten on March 3rd, 3-3 by the LAPD. You know, LAPD in simple English gematria, 33, just like police. Rodney King beat on 3-3. Rodney King dead at 47. You know why? I think it's because there's not even really a Rodney King. I think that's a guy who really took a beating. He probably took it for money. He probably used a stage name. And then, you know, eventually they said, oh, Rodney King dead. He doesn't exist in the world anymore. He's probably off retired somewhere. He did his part in selling out humanity. Either that or they really off these people. One of the two. Today's also November 22nd, 11 plus 22, 33. As for the last name Brown, Brown has gematria of 72, like school, like Monday. This was a wreck on a Monday. Every school student's least favorite day of the week. You guys ever think about that? You know, how children don't like school? We think that's normal to not like education and to dread going to school. For most people, school is miserable, and it's meant to be miserable, and it's meant to make you hate learning, and it's meant to make you grind and adjust to stress and conforming. We live in a system. This is all part of the system. All of this is done to us on purpose. The lies, the fear programming, the constant reminders of death, constant negativity. The name of this boy, Damian Brown, gematria of 163, just like the name of the president right now, another actor agent name. Barack Hussein Obama, just like the red hat that Donald Trump's been wearing around town. Make America Great Again. 163 is the 38th prime number. The word death equals 38, just like killing. Supposedly, these children went to Woodmore Elementary School, gematria of 118, like death in Jewish gematria. His name codes to death, their school codes to death. There's also a parallel here with what's going on in the world. You know, the transition from Obama to Trump. The election was just on November 8th. Lincoln, the first presidential assassination, he was reelected November 8th. This school in gematria, Woodmore, sums to 108 and 45. Today's news is on the anniversary of the assassination of JFK in Dealey Plaza. You know, I was telling you how 59 is coded on black people and connected to killing. It was also coded on John F. Kennedy, and his end was with a death. John F. Kennedy, 59. He was the 44th term president. He was also the 35th president, the only Catholic. Did a video earlier today, if you want to check that out on his death. A lot of important information. Information nowhere else covered, not yet. But anyway, this comes on the anniversary of his death in Dealey Plaza. And let's not forget, Donald Trump was just announced as the 45th president on the anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. He's running on building a wall. In 2008, when Obama accepted the nomination, he gave a speech on tearing down walls. 8 years later, we're electing Mr. Wall. It's because this is all staged. This is all rigged. This is all a mocking of us. I told everybody in 2008 what was up in this nation. I said the powers that be are playing people. They're going to put in Obama. He's their candidate. He's their puppet. He's going to disappoint everyone. Let's see where they take us by the end of his administration. I said they're going to throw everyone for the loop. They're going to play with everybody's heads. Now look what they've done. They've put in the biggest bigot since George Wallace, who ran in 1972, Donald Trump. JFK, by the way, just before he was killed, went to the side of the Berlin Wall and spoke against it. Berlin Wall, Dealey Plaza, this school, something's up here. November 22nd. Again, Freemason 42, JFK killed in the middle of Dealey Plaza, named after a 33rd degree Master Mason. Zapruder film, made by a 33rd degree Master Mason. With them saying 37 students now on the bus, show you what's up with that. I want you to notice that they also say that the mother, Diamond, didn't hear about the death of her son, Demian, until 10:30 p.m. I mean, why would that be? Talk about why they gave you that time in a second. They also have this spokesperson here, Christopher A. Hart. Safety Board Chairman Christopher A. Hart. Christopher A. Hart in gematria sums to 187, like the homicide code in a lot of states. The time that she got to find out, 10:30, that's 22:30 military time. Masonic in Jewish gematria is 223. The Synagogue of Satan in Jewish gematria is 223, if there's a the in front of it. 223, very important number to this gang. Yesterday, just go back to this. I remember this yesterday, the tweet they put out in the first story. They put a tweet time out at 2:23. You see that? This is yesterday when the story first broke. It's talking about the 156 reshares. False flag equals 156. A false flag meant to have psychological trauma on you. The reporting said, you know, parents aren't going to want to send their children on the bus tomorrow. That's why they do this. Tormenting people. The word torment equals 33. So anyway, 37 children. Rosa Parks in gematria sums to 37. Rosa Parks, 37. 37 children on the bus. Not long after the anniversary of her death. So anyway, again, Jonthany, in case you didn't see this, let me show you that with their own reporting, with your own eyes. Chattanooga school bus driver Jonthany Walker. Notice his initials are JW. J's the 10th letter, W the 23rd, 10 plus 23, 33. Jonthany Walker, they said 5 killed. When you write out 5 as a word, it sums to 42 like bus. The only other number that's that way is 9 when you write it out. 5, 9, both sum to 42. 42, 59 stamped on black people. 5 and 9, the numbers that make up 59. You see what's going on here, Truth Seeker? Made up news, coded by the numbers. For all the people who make fun of you when you share this knowledge, don't tell them that you saw the numbers first. Tell them you saw how bogus and fake the news was. And then in time, you evolved and figured out that the numbers were also riddled with numerical clues, mocking us even further in the propaganda. All these stories are the same. Completely bogus. They shouldn't even pass the eyeball test. It's like earlier this year, they tried to tell you there was a tragedy in France on Bastille Day. They said a big white truck ran over 300 people, but it didn't have a single drop of blood on it. They laid out a bunch of plastic dummies in the street. Oh my God. If you haven't seen my video on that in the movie Bastille Day, you got to check that out. Also, Friday in Tennessee, there was a wreck on I-65 in Nashville. It was on a date with 65 numerology. School bus wreck on Interstate 65 on a date with 65 numerology in Tennessee as well. This was Tennessee. It was in Chester County. Chester County. Chester 33, Chester County, see the third letter? The Chester County Beta Club. Is there even such a thing? It has the same gematria as tragedy. That was Friday. In case you missed my video this summer about why the New York Giants were going to beat the Dallas Cowboys in Week 1 because of this hoax bus crash with the Cowboys team bus at milepost 42. Notice it's US 93. Isn't it funny how we were just talking about these numbers? This happened near Kingman, gematria of 33 and 42. The hateful word for black people in South Africa is kafir, or it might be kafir. But either way, the word has gematria of 33 and 42 as well. That's in South Africa, where they had apartheid. Same gang worldwide, Freemasonry, running the show. Let's close out with some good news, Truth Seeker. That was a lot of bad news, you know. Done about nearly 2,000 videos like that. Still the world hasn't woken up. Let me give you the good news. What you're looking at right here, this is going to be the logo and the name of our upcoming website and application that's coming out December 15th. December 15th, 2 young men from the Carolinas. They're building the website. They're doing a super professional job. I've been financing the project with all the money that you have contributed so far. And just so you know, Truth Seekers, we're going to need more money to continue this, to service this website, to make this work. What this is about is the website and application that's going to be super professional, that's about organizing the Truth Seekers worldwide. A network worldwide, a network also local by community. So for all the people in this world who feel lonely, isolated, like they're the only person seeking truth within 100 miles, they're going to be able to go on this website and app and find out just how close the next Truth Seeker is. And hopefully in time, this will create friendships, relationships, marriages maybe, you know, people finding each other, like-minded, wanting to do something about this world. We'll organize locally, we'll organize nationally, we'll organize worldwide. And when we have enough people awake and part of our network, we'll take this world back from the tyrants, those who mock us with the lies. So this is going to be the name of the website. And we had someone, you know, think up a logo based on what we told them this project was about. And this is what they came back at us with. You know, don't start looking at this saying, oh, that's the Eye of the Horus, and they're the Illuminati. Not at all. This was somebody's honest interpretation of what came to their mind based on what we were calling this truth, a network, a mission. What this represents is T for truth, an umbrella, you know, covering us all. We're all under here looking for truth. Maybe we got different ideas under the umbrella of truth, but we're all like-minded in the same cause. And they chose the color orange. And in a way, I'm glad they did, because orange is the only color with 33 gematria. And what we're doing is we're taking these numbers back. We're using them to get justice. Remember, the word justice has gematria 33, just like teacher. We're going to teach the people of the world. We're going to teach the people of this world the truth, those of us who are awake, and we're going to get justice. We're putting the 33 back on them. That's why we're raising $33,000 to finance this project for the first year and beyond. Right now, we've raised $10,000. We're a third of the way. If you can please donate to support this mission, to get this built. This is going to be a very professional website. It's going to function just like Facebook, plus way more. It's going to be the Facebook for truth seekers. It's going to be a safe community to share ideas and opinions. It's going to have a forum, a marketplace, a way to upload media, content. People are going to be able to start their own blogs, their own video channels, upload the information there. This is going to be a very good website, very professional, very quick, very slick. It's going to be the game changer, hopefully. And just so you know, other truth channels, please hype this. You know, you can take a screenshot of this. Let people know this is coming out. December 15th, this website, this application, it's going to be available. We need to continue to raise more money. If the network grows rapidly, it's going to be somewhat expensive to maintain the website. Cost a lot of money to host something, you know, with a lot of people on there, a lot of bandwidth, a lot of content. But this is what we need it to be. We need this space, this mission right now. All of us working on this, the people building the website, me promoting it, putting out the content, spreading the message. None of us are making a personal penny for ourselves. Right now, we are just taking on the task of raising the money, getting this built, getting it out there. The more money we raise, the further we can take this project. The person who built this logo, they have the ability to make ads. They're an artist. We can get a snappy ad out there. We can help spread this movement. That's what we need to do so that we don't have to see any more of this, you know? No more Jonathanese, Endymions, and made-up stories, pushing stereotypes, nonsense, fear. Enough's enough, truth seeker. Until next time.